Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the UPSC Prelims paper of 2022. And in this video, we are going to discuss in details about the all geography questions that have been asked. We'll try to understand the logic or the reason why UPSC has asked this particular question, and also we'll try to explain the answers in more detail. So first of all, if you look at the first question, as you can see, it has clearly been asked from the climatology chapter. And in climatology chapter also you can see it is somewhere related to the topic of current affairs or climate change, because global warming obviously is one of the most important what we can say phenomena that can happen in the near future, which can threaten the life on the earth. So that is why related to global warming and related to climatology, this question has been asked. So two statements are given. First of all, it is about the high clouds. Now, high clouds generally are those clouds that are situated at higher than 6 kilometers height in the atmosphere. So the statement is that high clouds primarily reflect solar radiation and cool the surface of the earth. And second statement is about the low clouds. Low clouds are those clouds which are situated below 3 to 4 kilometers in the altitude in the atmosphere. So they have high absorption of infrared radiation emanating from the earth's surface, and the effect is of warming. So whether these statements are correct, which statement is correct, which statement is incorrect, that is what we have to pick. So as we can see, the correct answer is D. Neither the first statement nor the second statement is correct, and the reason is because these statements are given in reverse order. That means high clouds are those which are which are responsible for absorption of infrared radiation and cause warming, while it is the low clouds that actually reflect back the solar radiation and cool the surface of the earth. If you look at this here, this is the diagram. You can clearly see these are the high clouds. So when the solar radiation, the software solar radiation start to move from the sun and start to come toward the earth's surface, these high clouds act as a transparent medium, and they simply allows this radiation to go and reach the surface. While when the earth start to radiate back the heat, this heat is trapped by these high clouds and thus they cause warming. On the other hand, if we talk about the lower clouds simply, as we can see, they reflect back the short wave solar radiations and thus do not allow huge amount of heat to reach the surface, and in this sense cause the cooling effect. However, whether a given cloud will cause heating effect or cooling effect, that depends on a lot of other factors, such as what is the altitude, what is the size, and what is the makeup, the particles that has made up this particular cloud. And thus the balance between the cooling and warming action of cloud is very close, although if you look at overall at a global scale, basically they causes cooling predominantly as compared to the warming. The second question is related to India, related to Indian geography, and here the question has been asked about the tea producing states. Four states are given: Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, and Tripura. And the question is simply asked that which of these are the tea producing state, or generally known as the tea producing states of India, and you have to choose that how many of these states are under this category. So the answer for this particular question is C. The three states that are given here in option are tea producing states, and those are Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, Tripura. Andhra Pradesh is not considered as tea producing states in India. If we take a look at the production of tea in India, we can see North India, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Uttarakhand is a major state. In Eastern India, Northeastern India, we have West Bengal, then Assam and Tripura. These are the major tea producing states. Some part of Orissa also we see the production of tea. And in South India, three major states, that is Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu, are considered as the tea producing states. Andhra Pradesh does not have the required climatic conditions or the altitude required for the production of tea. In terms of production, overall production, we can see 51% of tea is produced in some zone in the case of India. Then 27% is produced in West Bengal. All of you must have heard about Darjeeling, which is the major tea producing center of this particular state. Then in South India, we have Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Karnataka in the decreasing order of their share. And then we have the other states of India. They merely make 2% of total tea produced within a year. So the reason why Andhra Pradesh does not have a tea plantation is because if you look at the tea, they basically suited in those regions which enjoy warm and humid climate with a rainfall measuring at least 100 centimeters a year. And since large part of Andhra Pradesh is arid area, they receive very lesser amount of rainfall, and thus they do not have any huge tea plantation. Apart from that, in terms of soil conditions, tea require deep, light, acidic, and well-drained soils where we can say that those areas where irrigation is quite possible if rainfall is less, then then also there we can see the growth of tea plantation. So given these conditions, tea will generally grow in areas from sea level up to altitude of as high as 2,200 meters above sea level, and that is why it is largely the Sivalik range and the Himachal range of Himalaya which is more conducive for the growth of tea. The third question is related to the reservoir or dams, we can say, and then the corresponding state where these reservoirs or dams are situated has been asked. So here again we have Ghat Prabha Telangana, Gandhi Sagar Madhya Pradesh, Indira Sagar Andhra Pradesh, and Maithon Chhattisgarh. Now UPSC has asked this time very question like in a manner where you have to choose the pairs, that how many pairs are not correctly matched. This is very important. They are not asking the correctly matched pair; they are asking how pairs are not correctly matched. So the answer is 3 pairs out of these 4 are not correctly matched. The answer will be, we talk about, it is the Gandhi Sagar that is in Madhya Pradesh. This is the only correct pair that has been matched. Apart from that, these 3 pairs are incorrectly matched. So if you take a look at all these dams, the first dam is Ghat Prabha. So Ghat Prabha, as you can see, is located in the state of Karnataka over river Ghat Prabha, which is a very important tributary of river Krishna. Second, we talk about Gandhi Sagar Dam. Gandhi Sagar Dam, obviously, as we can see, it's situated in the state of Madhya Pradesh on the river Chambal, which is again a very important tributary, a major tributary of river Yamuna. Third is Indira Sagar Dam. So Indira Sagar Dam also, as you can see, it is not situated in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Indira Sagar Dam is also situated in the state of Madhya Pradesh here on the river Narmada. And then we have Maithon Dam. Maithon is a very important dam which is not situated in Chhattisgarh. Maithon Dam, as you can see, it is situated in the state of Jharkhand, nearby the city of Dhanbad, and it's one of the most notable part of the most notable project after the independence of India. That is DB's project, is Damodar Valley Corporation projects. So Maithon Dam is basically built on the river Barakan. This is a tributary of river Damodar, and this dam was built in somewhere in the 1950s to control and check the flooding of the river Damodar in the lower courses of West Bengal. Thus, Ghat Prabha, Indira Sagar, Maithon are respectively situated in the Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, and the state of Jharkhand, and that is the correct option will be answer C. The fourth question is asked from the world geography. Again, this is a map-based question, and also it is related to the current affairs, where the question is asked, which one of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert? Now, see, that is why practicing of previous year UPSC questions becomes very important, because a very similar question has been asked in the prelims of year 2018 as well, where the question has been asked about the Aral Sea. The Aral Sea was the sea which has become drier at which is becoming drier at very fast rate. So question was that why Aral Sea is becoming drier at very fast rate or something like that. Their location based question was asked. That is why if you practice previous year questions, you will be able to understand that how you have to prepare for the next year as well. Obviously, the questions will not be repeated, but at least you will get the hint that how you have to channelize your preparation, which areas, especially in the world map and India map, you have to focus upon. So here the correct answer is, it is the Lake Fagubine, which is situated in a smaller country of Africa, that is Mali. And Lake Fagubine is a Mali which is situated on the southern edge of Sahara Desert, situated 80 kilometers west of a very well-known city of Timbuktu and north of river Niger. And Lake Fagubine since 1970s, 1980s, before that this lake was very, as you can see, if you look at the photos of 1978, you can see this very lake having a huge volume of water. And if you compare that with the year 2015 photo, you can see the most lake has completely dried. Only the dry lake bits are visible in the satellite photo. So a huge drought that happened in the Sahel region of Africa. This is considered or believed to the most important region that has caused the drying of Lake Fagubin in the Mali in the Western Africa. That is about the fourth question. Fifth question, again very simple, straightforward question from Indian geography. That is, the Gandikota Canyon of South India was created by which of the following rivers? So the answer is the Penna River. Penna River originates from the Nandidurga hills of the Karnataka, and then it flows in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and it is Andhra Pradesh where the river Pennar River, which is also called as Pennaru River, has carved out a very deep canyon, which is many times compared to Grand Canyons of North America, that is USA as well. That is the Gandikota Canyon. So Pennar River in the Andhra Pradesh region of India, and this is how the canyon look like? It is a kind of valley which is having very steep slope carved in the plateau region of Andhra Pradesh. And you can see the similarities are very striking. Here it is the Grand Canyon of USA, and this is the Gandikota Canyon of Andhra Pradesh. Sixth is about the mountain peaks and mountain. This is again something that is a very repetitive kind of questions where the peaks, glaciers, and respective mountains has been asked many times. So here we have Namcha Barwa, and then you have to find out which of the given pairs are correctly matched. So Namcha Barwa, Garhwal Himalaya, Nanda Devi, Kumaon Himalaya, and Nokrik, Sikkim Himalaya. So only Nanda Devi is correctly matched. It's part of the Kumaon Himalaya, which is in the state of Uttarakhand, and Nanda Devi is also within Indian territory, Indian controlled territory, second highest peak after the Kanchenjunga of Sikkim. Nanda Devi becomes very important, second highest peak within Indian administered territory. Namcha Barwa again a very important peak, but it is situated in the Arunachal Pradesh in the easternmost part of the Himalayas, and this is the place where you will see the syntaxial bend of Himalayas. Around Namcha Barwa, Himalayas bend toward east and become part of Purvanchal Hills. And this is Namcha Barwa is also very important because it is this peak where Brahmaputra River enters to India and takes a U-turn after flowing a long distance in the Tibetan Plateau. On the other side, if you look at the northernmost part, we have the Ganga Parvat, and here we will see the western syntax of Himalaya. So that is why Namcha Barwa is the easternmost, and Nanga Parvat is the westernmost peak of the Great Himalayas. So Namcha Barwa is not part of the Garhwal Himalayas; it is part of the Great Himalayas, or we can read it more precisely part of what we can say is Arunachal Himalaya. So that is option is incorrect. Third is Nokrik. Nokrik again is very well known place. It is basically situated in the not in the Himalaya. It is part of Meghalaya upland. In Meghalaya, we have three major hill ranges. That is the Garo Hills, then we have the Khasi Hills, and then we have the Jintia Hills. So basically, Nokre is a part of the eastern Garo Hills of Meghalaya upland. So the Sikkim Himalaya is incorrect. Nanda Devi is the correct option. So the correct option for this question will be only 2. The seventh question again from the World Geography is now Levant. This season had been used for quite a few years of time because obviously IS of ISIS that rose somewhere in 2013 and 14. So ISIS later on its name was also changed and it was basically called as ISIL, and where ISIL refers to the Levant. So Levant is a region which is situated along the eastern Mediterranean source. That is where we have Levant. Levant basically is a French term which refers to the area which is situated to the east of France, and that is where the origin of this term can be traced. And generally, historically, this region situated in the eastern part of Mediterranean to the south of Anatolia Plateau, that is the Turkey today, is called as Levant. In modern day, Levant consists of countries such as Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, Palestine, as well as the small island country of Cyprus. Now, this is again a very important because UPSC has a kind of, we can see, habit of asking questions from the Mediterranean region. Many times in past also they have asked many math questions around the Mediterranean regions, that where we have this, which countries are opening to the Mediterranean Sea, which country have border with the Mediterranean Sea, where we have the Sinai Peninsula that is situated again near the Mediterranean Sea region. So that is why this area becomes very important. And when you are preparing for the world map, this area is something that you have to specifically focus upon. The Western Asia, these days Central Asia's question is also being asked. So Central Asia, Western Asia, and the Mediterranean Sea region should be your priority for preparation of the map-based questions. Again, as we can see, the next question again a map-based questions, and here the question is asked with regards to the Afghanistan, and that is expected because Afghanistan from last 1-2 years has made a news headline, obviously because of the Taliban takeover that happened 2 years back in August, and since then it has always been a news. So that is why question was asked that which of the given countries have a border with Afghanistan, and the correct answer will be 3, 4, and 5. Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan has border, while Azerbaijan is far away, and Kyrgyzstan is situated slightly to the north and do not have direct border with the Afghanistan. If you look at the map here, we can clearly see this is your Afghanistan. So this is the border. If we draw Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan will have a direct border. Azerbaijan is situated near Caspian Sea here, and then we have Kyrgyzstan that is situated north of Tajikistan and do not directly touch the Afghanistani boundary. So that is about the world map. The ninth question is with regards to the mineral of India, that is the monazite. Monazite is a source of thorium. So that is why thorium is considered as a rare earth mineral, rare earth metal. So the first statement is obviously correct. Second is monazite contains thorium. That is absolutely correct. Third is monazite occurs naturally in the entire Indian coastal sands in India. This is incorrect statement. It is not the entire Indian coastal sands. For example, in Maharashtra, Gujarat, these regions, in the coastal regions of India, you will not find monazite. And fourth, in India, government bodies can only process export monazite. This is true because this is an example of strategic mineral, and thus only government can process and export it. For example, similarly like uranium, only government authorities are or government bodies are given the right to export and process uranium, and same for monazite. So correct option will be 1, 2, and 4 only. Third statement is incorrect. And thus, if you check the distribution of monazite, so thorium deposits across India, this is how and where we can find the distribution. The largest concentration is found in the Kerala. And if you look at Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra, Gujarat, these coastal sands do not have any kind of thorium deposits or monazite deposits. The 10th question, again, very basic questions. In the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year normally occurs when? So, longest day of year in the northern hemisphere occurs on the 21st of June. So, obviously, if you look at this date, the second half of month of June will be the correct answer. And the reason why we have this date on which we have longest day has to do with the revolution of Earth around the sun on a tilted axis. The reason behind the change in the length of or change in the duration of day and night has to do with the tilt in the axis of the earth. As we know, the earth axis is not a straight perpendicular line, rather it is tilted at 23.5 degrees from the normal and perpendicular. And thus, when the earth starts to revolve around the sun, as you can see, if you look at the time period 21st June, that is also called as solstice, during this particular day, we can see a largest part of northern hemisphere is basically oriented toward the sun, and thus for a very long period of time the northern hemisphere is basically in the is basically recipient of sunlight, and thus day is very longer. On the other hand, if you look at the 21st of December, this is, as we can see, this is the day on which large part of southern hemisphere is oriented toward the sun, and thus in southern hemisphere the longest day will be on 21st of December. In northern hemisphere the longest day will be on 21st of June. The 11th question is related again to the Indian geography. It's a map-based question where the wetland and lake and their corresponding states have been asked. And again, UPSC has asked that how many given pairs above are correctly matched. So again, if you look at here, Hokera wetland in Punjab, Rika wetland in Himachal Pradesh, Rudhasagar lake in Tripura, Sastam Kota lake in Tamil Nadu. So let us take a look at all these important wetlands, which are also coincidentally Ramsar sites in India. We have a lot of wetlands in India, but from the UPSC prelims examination perspective, we have to focus on those wetlands which are also included in the Ramsar sites, and especially those wetlands which have been included in the recent years, in last 2, 3, or 4 years. Those become very important. Their location you have to know by heart. Ramsar sites basically refer to those sites which are brought under the Ramsar Convention, which was signed on the 2nd February 1971 in the city of Ramsar, which is located in the Iran. And it is due to this region, every year on 2nd February, you also celebrate World Wetland Day. So if you look at first Hokera wetland, that was the first option. So Hokera wetland is not situated in Punjab, rather than it is situated in the Union Territory of Jammu as well. Now, second, so that means the first statement is incorrect. Second match the following is the Renuka wetland, that is in Himachal Pradesh. So if you look at the Renuka wetland, this is here Renuka wetland situated, and Renuka wetland is in the Himachal Pradesh indeed. That means the second statement is correct, or second you can see second this match the following is correct. Third, we have Rudhasagar lake. This is also correct because Rudhasagar lake is a very important Ramsar site situated in the state of Tripura. That means this third is correct. And fourth, we have the Sastankota lake in Tamil Nadu. So if you look at here map, we can see Sastankota lake is not in Tamil Nadu, rather than it is situated in the state of Kerala. That means the fourth one is again incorrect. So that is why the correct answer here will be only second and third statements are correct, and thus only two pairs of the given pair are correctly matched. So take a look at all these important 15 to 20 Ramsar sites are there. You should know their location, and even these Ramsar sites that have been added in this year or at least last year, you should know about those as well. Next question is related to the maritime zones. This question is related to the United Nations Convention on Law of Seas, also in short called as UN clause, which was signed in year 1982. So the question asks that as far as the UN clause is concerned, which of the given statements are the correct one? So coastal state has the right to establish the breadth of its territorial sea up to a limit not exceeding 12 nautical miles, measured from baseline determined in accordance with conventions. So this is absolutely correct statement. If you look at a map here, this is our baseline, and from baseline to 12 nautical mile or 12 sea line, we have a region that is called as territorial sea. The second option is that ships of all state, whether the coastal states or a landlocked state, enjoy the right of innocent passage through the territorial sea. This statement is also absolutely correct. As long as the ships are not warships, they do not want to cause any kind of harm to the coastal states, they are allowed to pass without any problem. Third is EEZ or exclusive economic zone shall not extend beyond 200 nautical miles from baseline from which the breadth of the territorial sea is measured. This statement is again correct statement, because if you look at this up to 200 nautical miles from the baseline, this region is EEZ, and coastal country has exclusive fisheries right over EEZ, and also it has exclusive right to all mineral resources that is situated up to the EEZ region of the coastal belt. So the third statement is also correct one. That means all the three statements, first, second, and third, is the correct statement. So all 1, 2, and 3 will be the correct answer for this particular question. Next question is again related to world geography, world mapping, and this is related to the areas which were mentioned in the news in past years. And the question is asked that whether these regions belong to the given country or not, and again how many given pairs are correctly matched with each other. So first of all, if you look at the Anatolia obviously it is a part of Turkey. Actually, the old name of Turkey is Anatolia, and if you look at the map here, this is the Turkey. So we have Anatolian region in Turkey. That is absolutely correct. Second is Amhara. So Amhara is a region that is situated in the Ethiopia, northern part of Ethiopia, and there has been a lot of insurgency going on, lot of we can say fight that is going on with the government of Ethiopia, and that is why this region was news. And there has been large scale displacement and refugee crisis that also has resurfaced in this region, and that is why the question was asked. So this second statement is also correct. Third is if we talk about the Cabo Delgado, that is in the Spain. So this statement is incorrect. Cabo Delgado basically is again situated in the northernmost part of Mozambique, which is an African country. So this region was also in news because of the warlike situation that is developing between the insurgents of Cabo Delgado and Mozambique. And recently, many African government have sent their troops to help Mozambique army fight the insurgents of Cabo Delgado, and that is why it was news. So third statement is incorrect. Fourth is Catalonia. Catalonia has been news from past few years, and this is not a part of Italy. Rather than Catalonia is part of the Spain, and Catalan region of Spain is in new because they want to secede from Spain. They want to create and carve out their own country because they believe that their language, their culture is very, very different as compared to the mainstream Spanish culture. So third and fourth statement is incorrect. First and second statement is correct. So here the correct option for this particular question will be only two pairs, that is B. Then that is all about the main questions. So total 13 number of questions that has been asked in year 2022 of geography. So I hope this is helpful for you, and this will also give you and guide you to mainstream your preparation and also to channelize your energy in the remaining days before prelims, so that you can focus on those areas only which is more rewarding in terms of getting marks in the UPSC prelims examination. So that is all for this particular video. I hope you like the video. If you like it, please hit the like button, share it with the fellow aspirants, as well as subscribe to our channel for more such content. Thank you very much.